Hi, welcome back everyone to my channel. It's been a little while since I've last been on. This is the latest journal that is going on, that will be in my Etsy shop by the time you're seeing this. So this journal comes with two extra booklets made from envelope booklets. So there's lots of pockets, lots of things throughout, lots of beautiful images, lots of writing space. There's threaded throughout various different quotes on different types of paper, and some beautiful images. So that's that one, and then there's this one. That is a wildflower that I've dried and pressed. Again, lots of spaces, lots of little bits for you to find and discover. So there's just inspirational quotes like this: "Darling, you're a goddess, a badass, and you've totally got this." Now, these were going to be for myself. This was just going to add to my own personal collection, but I've got shelves full of them, and it's just, I just can't keep doing it. So this is a large journal. This is, so it's 11 inches in height, 7.5 inches wide, and the spine is about just under 2.5 inches. All the actual dimensions will be in the Etsy store, and this has got I don't know if you can see there, 4 full signatures in there that are hand sewn into a hidden spine, and I've made the hidden spine through some slow stitching material and some antique cotton. And then these are all the little bits that I keep. Nothing gets thrown away, everything gets saved and gets reused. So this journal, because it was for me, I've put sort of my favourite papers and images in, so, and I haven't took them out. So there's images just like beautiful flowers, beautiful images of shabby chic rooms and houses. So it's a little bit of a mishmash. So normally there is a theme throughout all my journals, but because, like I said, this one was for me, it's got my favourite pages. This is 17th century old book page. I think there's a number of these throughout. There's even a spare one there, so you can just keep it to admire or use it in this or any other journal that you've got. There's not too many original bits of ephemera in here, or actually aged ephemera, because, like I said, this journal was going to be for me, so the pockets were quite empty apart from the lovely images that are throughout. Again, really old book page here. You can see again 17th century. There's some postcards throughout. So there's lots of journaling space. So on the back, these are just, you can write on everything, even down to these bits like this. So lots and lots, because that was what it was. When I do journals for myself, that's what I need, apart from just looking beautiful and sort of tabletop pieces really for other people to admire. There has to be lots of writing space in there. There's some wildflowers again that I've dried and pressed throughout, and just images that, just help motivate you, help ignite something in you. Life is too short to be normal, stay weird. And it's just things that when you pick up your journal, things that can just, they keep you going in this what can be a really hard world to navigate. There's different types of papers throughout, and document paper such as this, There's one set of the digital downloads that I've used from Etsy. I will put that in the description because it's beautiful, and I will tag the person in actually who I've got it off. It's a large tag, again, lots of writing space. The images, sorry, there's various different documents that I've used as pages, not as actual ephemera inside, but pages you can write on. I get a lot of them from Roxy Creations. Some of you that are familiar with my works and journaling will know Roxy. She's based over in Italy, and she just has access to some beautiful documents. So I purchased them off her, and like I said, build them into pages. There's another notebook in there, so I think there's an additional 3 in here. So in total for this collection, there's 5 booklets. I think it's 5. We'll count as we go through. I'm not going to open it up now, but that just opens up and it folds into 3 with just lots of writing paper in there. Oh, here's the other one here. I'll show you this one. So this is, I don't think it's got a right way up. Just some lovely pages in there, and I've just put that over there and clipped it on. It's got a little bell, and that there, another one of those beautiful book pages. So all this I would consider writing space, all little notes and doodles. Again, another card that can be wrote on, and some coffee dyed paper there with just a quote on there. This is Rosa Parks. Stand for something or you will fall for anything. Today's mighty oak is yesterday's nut that held its ground. So you can imagine if you're not having a great day, you come across that, and it's just, full of inspiration. And if Rosa Parks, with whatever she achieved, one of the most amazing women in history. There's a envelope that I've made, and there's some photographs and paper in there. So instead of the usual filling it up with original ephemera or aged ephemera, I've just filled it up really with images and blank paper. Like I said, because it was for me. There's just a collection of lovely images there. Once you realise you can do it on your own, you become a very powerful person. So these were just things that drive me, just as well as just beautiful images I can just admire, as well as colour. I love colour as well, those pops of colour against what can be sort of a very muted colour journal. Like that just really stands out to me. It's beautiful. There's some paper there. Use the old Japanese technique of making papers into sort of a fabric where you knead the paper with a bit of olive oil or hand cream, just a smaller bit, and you knead it, and it just creates a lovely texture and very durable paper. That was just in my collection. I just thought it went well, so I added it in there for myself again, but we'll just keep it in there. There's a little tag there saying she believed she could, so she did. So everything throughout is just positive and inspirational. This is not a heavily laced journal at all. There are little bits of lace threaded throughout, such as in the little clusters on aged paper clips, safety pins. There's another one on the front of that one there, and I think there's another few throughout. And there is ribbon as well that you can see down the edges, and some sort of like bows like there you can see. This is some handmade paper with another quote on it. I can't think of any better representation of beauty than someone who is unafraid to be herself, and that's from Emma Stone. Where possible, I always like to acknowledge the person that said these quotes. And you can always go back then and look at other things that people have done, especially, of course, Rosa Parks, who, like I said, one of the most well-known women in history. I've actually got a book of hers that I need to read, but so inspirational when you look at these women's journeys in life and what they accomplished. There's another pocket there with that's a photo, but obviously writing space on the back. Again, more bits and pieces in each pocket. I think every pocket has got something in. Another quote there: be the woman who wakes up and decides her worth isn't up for negotiation. You've got things to conquer. Here's another little booklet here. This is similar to the one that was at the beginning, where it's folded into 3, and this is just a collection of the papers within for writing on, journaling. So these can be put in bags when you're traveling, and then you can do whatever you like with them, but when I do my journals and these extra little bits, I just carry with me, so it's carrying the whole journal with me, and I can just add my bits and write them and transfer any of the images I want into that, the inspirational quotes, just to carry with me, my work bag, or if I'm going to visiting. There's another collection of some beautiful images, and just tucked in the beautiful photo. More dried flowers. I love that image. Love that image. It's a very sturdy, big journal. You can add pages. You can, things like this. I use those that you can stick another page onto that. I can't give you an example, I haven't got a page, but say this is a piece of paper, you can stick there, so you've got another piece. So they're so flexible, these journals. You can really add and make them your own. Use any watercolors in there. There is paper that would stand watercolor, and pens, charcoals. There's another page that I've left again, so I can, it's for things like when you take your portable little journal away with you, and the extra bit of notepad you could take out, stick it down, and then that just becomes part of the static journal. There's another envelope there that I've made. Not sure what's inside that, probably just some more journaling paper. There's a collection of images there. Again, you can just see how easy this, you can just add to this. There's another tag. Oh, and I think this is the final of the booklets in there. This one is just some nice images onto some fabric stitched, and then just some scrap paper inside. Again, can be used to put in your bag and take away. There's little words of encouragement: dance, sing and be joyful. And of course you can add any that you like throughout. There's another little cluster on a safety pin. This is a document that I've used as a page. This is 1895. These are the sort of papers that you can use the watercolors on if that's what you do with your journals. And that's the end of this journal. There's another little quote: trust in yourself there. So as you can see, a lovely big journal. This actually started off, I don't know if I can reach one, no I can't, as a postage bag, but not a postage bag padded that as bubble wrap. It's got the fibres inside, so it just creates the most sturdy, strong, flexible covers. it's my new find, really. I think this is probably just the third journal I've created using those, but you'll probably see more and more of these in my store, just because they make such brilliant covers, they really do. So thank you for if you made it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. All the information will be in my Etsy store. Please leave any comments, likes, and if you would like, and there's other people that you know that might like to see videos like this, if you could share, that would be really appreciated. I'm such a little channel. It only really comes to support with my Etsy store, to allow people to have a proper look at the journals before they purchase, because they're not cheap, and I do appreciate that. You know, it is an investment for people, and they do need to really see every page and what they're buying. So thank you very much. I wish you all a loved and blessed day. Thank you again. I hope everyone takes care. Bye bye.